The man inadvertently noticed the red dot on the police officer's hand. In an instant, he realized it was a signal from the organization to rescue him. So he changed his tune and said he had important information, asking the officer to come closer. But as soon as the officer approached, the man deliberately taunted him. The officer immediately warned the man. To everyone's surprise, the man suddenly grabbed the officer's hand and started sniffing it. Before his colleagues could stop him, the man lunged at the officer again, inhaling deeply. The colleagues pulled the man back, but he had already completed the first step of his escape plan. Late the next night, the man started banging on the glass, claiming he was sick. The two guards sensed something was wrong and immediately reported it to their superiors. Subsequently, the police began to investigate everyone who had come into contact with the man. Eventually, they traced the source of the virus. It turned out that before the interrogation, the officer had helped a stranger find his way at the entrance. As a token of gratitude, the stranger had given him a hug. Unbeknownst to the officer, that stranger was the man's accomplice. The purpose was to transmit the virus to the officer, who would then carry it to the man during the interrogation. Further investigation revealed that the source of this unusual flu was an international flight. After identifying two suspects, the SWAT team, dressed in protective gear, launched an immediate operation. The police quickly stormed into the room and engaged in a fierce struggle with the suspects. However, during the fight, the police officer's protective suit was slashed. After the suspect was subdued, he swallowed poison, leaving no information behind. Fortunately, only the outer layer of the protective suit was damaged, so there was no risk of infection. But when arresting the second suspect, who was not only armed but also a retired mercenary, things got more complicated. The suspect used broken glass to cut through the police officer's protective suit and launched a fierce attack. At a critical moment, the officer kicked him away, pinned him against a cabinet, and then tackled him to the ground. The suspect lost his life due to the glass shards in his hand. Although the large-scale outbreak of the virus was prevented, the clue was lost. The police officer unfortunately contracted the virus. Fortunately, after being diagnosed by experts, it was found that although the virus was highly contagious, it would not be life-threatening with treatment. Meanwhile, the man who had been detained earlier was transferred to an isolation ward. A doctor walked in and began to examine the man. However, as the examination ended, the doctor opened his palm. The words on his hand shocked the man.